What's going on, guys? I am the Walrus Jedi, and welcome to a new series. Today, I will begin going over every Star Wars project released. We're going to start in June. This will be anything related to 1 through 6 or the expanded universe. There will be no Disney stuff in here. So if you like this kind of video, then please consider liking and subscribing and hitting the notification bell. And without further ado, here is every Star Wars project released in the month of June. June 1st, Dark Empire number 4 in 1992. Han and Leia escape from Nar Shaddaa, and the rebels get aid over Mon Calamari, and Luke continues his descent into the dark side. Alliance Intelligence Reports in 1995, a 95-page supplemental book to Star Wars The Role-Playing Game. Young Jedi Knights, Heirs of the Force in 1995, written by Kevin J. Anderson and Rebecca Mesta, following teenage solo twins, Jaina and Jason, exploring on Yavin 4. Young Jedi Knights, Darkest Night in 96. The Solo Twins, along with their friend Lowbacca, go to Kashyyyk to assist Lowbacca's sister in a ritual. The Mandalorian Armor in 1998 by K.W. Jeter. We see Dengar rescue Boba Fett after he crawls out of the Sarlacc. Jedi Apprentice The Rising Force in 1999, written by Dave Wolverton, following Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Jedi Apprentice The Day of Reckoning in 2000, written by Jude Watson. Xanatos, Qui-Gon's former Padawan who has fallen to the dark side, sets a trap for his former master, luring Jin and his current apprentice Obi-Wan to Telos. The Cestus Deception in 2004, written by Stephen Barnes, follows Obi-Wan Kenobi and Kit Fisto on a mission to Ord Cestus during the Clone Wars. June 2nd, X-Wing Rogue Squadron number 20 in 1997, concludes the Requiem for a Rogue storyline. Episode 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi in 1999. This is The Phantom Menace told from Kenobi's perspective. The Last Command trade paperback in 1999. The collection of all 6 comic issues of The Last Command book adaptation. Republic 65 in 2004. Mace Windu and a team of Jedi go to the Bounty Hunters Guild and inform them that putting a bounty on a Jedi is a bad idea. Dark Times 4 in 2007. Jedi Das Jenner takes questionable actions to help his friend Bomo Greenbark. June 3rd. Jabba the Hutt, The Art of the Deal in 1998, a collection of 4 one-shots of Jabba the Hutt series. Shatterpoint in 2003. Written by Matthew Stover, Mace Windu goes to his home world of Harun Kal in search of his former apprentice, Depa Billaba. June 4th. Star Wars Droids, the Caleb Adventures limited edition hardcover collection in 1996. This is a collection of the Droids comics, Droids Special, 6 issues of Droids 1994, R2's Day Out, and production sketches from Droids. Shadows of the Empire 2 in 1996. Luke, Leia, and Chewie head to Tatooine to rescue Han, but they get caught up in the galaxy's deadliest rivalry. X-Wing Rogue Squadron 8 in 1996. Rogue Squadron goes to Merlist just as the Empire is about to attack the Academy on Merlist. Republic 54 in 2003. Quinlan Vos goes undercover to spy on the Separatists, but has he turned traitor? June 5th. Star Wars Tales 12 in 2002. Contained the stories A Day in the Life, A Jedi's Weapon, The Revenge of Tag and Bink, Once Bitten, and The Duty. Star Wars A Long Time Ago, Volume 1, Doom World, in 2002. A Dark Horse collection of the first 20 issues of the original Marvel Star Wars comics. June 6th. River of Chaos number 1 in 1995. An Imperial pilot is sent to spy on the governor on Mahali. Leia is also on Mahali. Star Wars Droids, the Kalarba Adventures trade paperback in 1995, collects Droids Special, 6 issues of Star Wars Droids, 1994, and the short comic R2's Day Out. The New Jedi Order Dark Tide 2, Ruin, in 2000, written by Michael A. Stackpole. It is the 3rd book in the grand 19-book series New Jedi Order. Star Wars Infinities, A New Hope, number 2, in 2001. Luke fails to blow up the Death Star, Leia is imprisoned again, and Luke escapes to explore Dagobah with Han and Chewie. June 7th. Star Wars Legacy Zero in 2006. This issue served as an introduction to the legacy characters and events of the era. June 9th. Star Wars Clone Wars Volume 4, Light and Dark in 2004. Dark Horse trade paperback collecting Star Wars Republic issues 54 and 63, Jedi Aayla Secura, and Jedi Count Dooku. June 11th. Rebellion 14 in 2008. Luke and Leia lead a team of rebels to their destinies. June 12th. Lando Calrissian and the Mind Harp of Sharu in 1983. Written by L. Neil Smith, Lando Calrissian goes to the Rafa system to find an alien treasure. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, the Orient Express 2 in 2002. The two Jedi try to restore the ship's controls so as to identify the criminal mastermind. June 13th. Droids 3 in 1995. Stuck on a drone barge bound for recycling, R2 races to prevent 3PO's memory being wiped. Star Wars Tales 8 in 2001 contains the comic stories Captain 3PO, The One That Got Away, The Secret Tales of Luke's Hand, Death Star Pirates, and Bad Business. Star Wars Insider 88 in 2006. This issue focused on Sith and the dark side, with black pages instead of the usual white. Legacy 13 in 2007. Darth Krayt tires of the deposed Emperor Roan Fel opposing the Sith, so he uses Darth Krul to hinder Fel. Rebellion 7 in 2007. Follows rebel spy Will Tarson as he and his team have to deal with criminal overlord Reyes. Star Wars Clone Wars Adventures Volume 8 in 2007. Collects the stories Versus, Old Scores, One of a Kind, and Pathways. Star Wars Omnibus X-Wing Rogue Squadron Volume 3 in 2007 collects issues 21 to 35 of the X-Wing Rogue Squadron series. June 15th. General Grievous 3 in 2005. Kaibo and another Jedi team up with civilians to kill General Grievous, and the General has kidnapped Jedi Padawans as hostages, leading to Count Dooku and the General having a conflict. Republic 76 in 2005. Quinlan Voss's plan to save the Republic forces on Seleucami may be to their undoing. June 16th. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Prima's official strategy guide in 1999. And this is obviously the strategy guide to the video game. June 17th. Shadows of the Empire Evolution 5 in 1998. Guri awakens after surgery, and multiple parties seek to capture Guri. Jango Fett Open Seasons 2 in 2002. Young Jango trapped behind enemy lines and has to deal with Death Watch. June 18th. Tales of the Jedi The Fall of the Sith Empire No. 1 in 1997. Naga Sadow readies his fleet to attack and beat the Republic, but Jory Daragon stands in his way. Knights of the Old Republic 30 in 2008. Zane Carrick faces off against the Jedi Master who framed him for murder. Legacy 25 in 2008. Cade Skywalker travels to a hidden place on a mission, but he is followed. June 19th. Twin Stars of Kira in 1993. A paperback supplemental book to Star Wars the Role-Playing Game. It has some stuff: Twin Stars, Lost Ships, Pirates, and the threatening Iskalons. Star Wars Pocket Model TCG base set in 2007. This trading card game had 120 cards from the 6 episodes of Star Wars and expanded universe material. June 20th. Jabba the Hutt, The Hunger of Princess Nampi in 1996. Jabba meets an unexpected nemesis on his journey throughout the galaxy. Underworld, The Yavin Vasilika 5 in 2001. Han and Lando, among others, race for Vasilika. June 21st. Legacy No. 1 in 2006. Jedi Temple is attacked, an Emperor is betrayed, and the Sith are back. Rebellion 3 in 2006. There is an Imperial spy on the Rebel command ship, and Luke is gone, so he can't deal with it. June 23rd. Star Wars 1998, No. 7, in 1999. Ki-Adi-Mundi goes on his first assignment post his joining the Jedi Council. Ultimate Adversaries in 2004. Sourcebook for the Star Wars role-playing game by Wizards of the Coast. Has some villains, creatures, droids, and new rules. June 25th. Splinter of the Mind's Eye 4 in 1996. The final issue of the comic adaptation of the novel. X-Wing Rogue Squadron 9 in 1996. Rogue Squadron goes to Tatooine to find Jabba's hidden cache of Imperial hardware. Dark Force Rising 2 in 1997. The second issue of the comic adaptation of the Zahn novel. Star Wars Tales 16 in 2003. Contains the stories The Other, Best Birthday Ever, Kessel Run, Lunch Break, and Heart of Darkness. Dark Times 12 in 2008. Vader deals with the legacy of the ancient Jedi and Sith. Bomo Greenback witnesses a conflict that changes his life. Star Wars Legacy Volume 3, Claws of the Dragon in 2008. Collects Legacy issues 14 through 19. June 26th. The Phantom Menace begins filming in 1997. Attack of the Clones begins filming in 2000. Star Wars Galaxies and Empire Divided released on PC in 2003. Which was a Star Wars MMORPG that you could play any type of character like a bartender, musician, dancer, smuggler, bounty hunter, and tons of others. Even Jedi, but you had to work to become a Jedi. June 27th, Star Wars 31, released in 2001. Aurra Sing hunts Senator Tix, but a trio of Jedi, Adi Gallia, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and Asherad Het, stand in his way. The new Essential Guide to Droids is released in 2006, which is a new and expanded guide to droids from Star Wars. Dark Lord: The Rise of Darth Vader releases in 2006 in paperback, written by James Luceno. Vader post Revenge of the Sith, getting used to his suit, and hunting Jedi. Companions 101, Corso Riggs in 2013. Learn more about Corso Riggs, a companion in the smuggler storyline from Star Wars: The Old Republic video game. June 28th. Star Wars Tales 4 in 2000, which contains the stories Moment of Doubt, A Death Star is Born, Spare Parts, and Sandblasted. Hero's Guide in 2003, which was a supplemental book to the Star Wars role-playing game by Wizards of the Coast, contains combat, the Force, droids, character creation, types, skills and feats, prestige classes, factions, equipment, and Equipment, a short story. KOTOR 6 in 2006. Zane Carrick is blamed for the deaths of his fellow Padawans, and he escapes to try to prove his innocence. Facilities. Take a tour of Zerka's CZ-198 locations in 2013. A look at multiple locations of CZ-198 on Star Wars: The Old Republic video game. June 29th. MedStar 1 Battle Surgeons is released in 2004, which follows Barriss Offee and surgeons of a MedStar on war-torn Drongar. Empire 32 in 2005. Imperial slave ships come to pick up the population of Jabiim, and Hobby and Wedge stand against the Empire. June 30th. Revenge of the Sith begins filming in 2003. Republic 66 in 2004. Mace Windu sends a message to the Bounty Hunters Guild, and Dooku sends fallen Jedi Quinlan Vos to teach a lesson as well. Star Wars Tales 20 in 2004 contains the stories George R. Binks, Who's Your Daddy?, Fred Jawa, Luke Skywalker, Detective, Hunger Pains, Failing Up with Jar Jar Binks, Nobody's Perfect, Problem Solvers, Melvin Fett, and Young Lando Calrissian. Empire 21 in 2004, Leia seeks aid from an old flame to find a new rebel base location, but there is a catch. He wants Leia to join him in preserving Alderaan, but she has to leave the rebellion behind. Alright, that is everything that came out in June. If there is any errors, please let me know in the comments, and I will see to it about fixing it if there are any. So if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.